Okay, this is part 2 here. Here we just talk about this is nothing really, just an old story about how you should be the person selling licenses rather than someone buying licenses in order to make money. So not much there. He then talks about the 1 million per annum system formula. He talks about 4 steps, maybe even 5, let's have a look, 6 steps, and he's really talking about the funnel system of marketing. And I've put a line through here because most people know this by now, but if you don't, basically you offer a low-end product to your customers, maybe via direct mail or via an advert in their newspaper or something along those lines. For here he's got £47, but it could be £27, it could be anything. The idea is to offer a low price product and gain your customers' trust and confidence by supplying them a decent product for that £27, taking their name and address and then writing to them frequently with higher priced offers. And he goes up to £47.97, £197, £497, £1,997. Now, because he's in the business opportunity sector, generally you can get up to £1,997 for this kind of industry. There's only a few industries I think that you can, things like forex trading maybe, real estate, this kind of thing, where you could offer £2,000 courses on how to do it, how to make money out of property, this kind of thing. But in most markets, like how to play golf or how to find holidays for £99, which is what he's talking about earlier, you could maybe sell some DVDs for £47, low end, but you're not, in reality I don't think you're going to find many products that you can charge for £497 or £2,000 on telling people how to find a holiday. So this funnel system is fine, but it works mainly for the business opportunity market, and again, if you're going to get into that, that's fine, it's a big market, but it's more or less a pyramid scheme from what I could see. You're just selling the same stuff to other people. Here I've got a note. I've said he details the exact steps he's actually using on you right now, or he has plans to if you subscribe. So this whole funnel system that he's talking about, funnel system of marketing, what you've got to realise, like I say, is that you are actually the customer buying this stuff. You're actually in his funnel right now by subscribing to the cash and demand system, and he will then offer these high end products to you, i.e. his DVD licenses. So that's what you've got to understand, and if you want to make money, certainly the amount of money that he's talking about, then you've really got to copy what he's doing. You can get lucky in other markets, but generally you're going to have to copy what he's doing and set up a course, maybe offer something to people for £47 and then sell them some high-end seminar of you standing in front of a crowd of people telling them how you made money, and sell that for £500 or something. It might work, but not many people do that, and it's not, you're not actually selling anything really. You just, well, it's up to you, but you know what I mean. So here he details his exact system that he's actually using on you right now if you're going to subscribe to this course. He says, for example, if 5,000 people buy your £47 product, for example 2 DVDs, then maybe only 1,000 will buy your £197 product. So he's talking about a small percentage of those will buy a higher priced item, and he talks about how much money he makes doing this. Here I've got, my note is tease for future modules. He's got, I've circled this. What it says is, by the way, I will cover this, i.e. one of these steps here, in great detail later in future modules. But you may be surprised to hear that there are companies who have millions of names and addresses on file. So he's talking about renting lists of from mailing houses, lists of people who have bought certain items, who are interested in certain items. But just the fact that he says he will cover it in future modules, it's like a little tease so that you keep subscribing to the course. Here I've got checks, CHEQUES. This is all before the internet. So he's got a picture here of him receiving all these checks through the mail. Again, this course is at least 5 years old, and apparently, from what I hear, these checks he received about 10 years ago, and these are through the mail. But nowadays you've got the internet, and people don't really send checks through the post so much, in my opinion. So I think that's a bit misleading, these kind of pictures. He's basically talking about all the checks he's got through the post by placing adverts in mail order, magazines, etc., which I think is a bit old hat now. So it's a bit out of date, this course, as well. You've got to remember that. Again, here I've got T's for future module. He talks about licenses and products, and one of the questions that he puts, remember, he puts this question, he says, where do I get these products? And then the answer is that he will cover them in later modules. So it's a tease to keep you interested in the next module and keep paying $29.95. My note here says seed sowing, plus he mentions £10,000, so that 5,000 will seem cheap. Okay, so one of the questions he says here is, he says, these are the questions that he's asking, he's putting in your mind, remember. He said, right, these licenses sound expensive. I don't have a spare £10,000 to buy a license. So he's already tried to put the seed in your mind that licenses are going to cost a lot of money. So he says here that, okay, it's a lot of money and I don't have the money in terms of how you're saying it. So he then, it's one of these apples and oranges things where he puts he mentions a high price first, then mentions a low price, and by comparison you think you're getting a bargain. You know, it's like anything. You can go and buy a new car if they've got a sticker on the window that says £10,000, and then say sale price £6,000. You think you're getting a bargain, regardless of what the original price was. And that's exactly what he does here, to try and persuade you that £5,000 is cheap for a license for a set of DVD resale rights, basically. And remember, this is what is going to come through your letterbox over the coming months if you subscribe to this course. There's another picture here. This is the same picture again. He talks about the hungry crowd of people who are willing to buy your products. Here we are at a seminar. Again, it's just people buying DVD products, and these products really are just, as far as I can see, business opportunity products, DVDs of gurus standing on stage telling people how they make money. And they make money by selling DVDs of them telling people how to make money. He then goes on, there's a few pages there. He says half a page, that's the size, that's another thing I want to point out, is the size of this writing. It's all very, very large. Here my note says half a page just to give basic facts of two lists of list brokers. So in other words, there's this is half a page worth, and all it is the name and address of two companies who will sell you details, a mailing list, basically, thousands of names of people on certain mailing lists. Takes up half a page. Again, there's another bit down the bottom here where he does some more teasing to tell you what's coming on in future modules. And there's another name and address here which takes up a third of the page. And that's it. That's the whole of the module for 92 pages. Notice the size of the writing. It's my contention, and what a lot of other people have said online as well, is that this whole 93 pages could be put down into about 10 pages or so. Is it worth $29.95 for the month? Personally, that's a choice you have to make, but I think there's a lot of waffle in there, and it could have been condensed into something probably 1/4 that size. That's it for this review, and hopefully you'll check out my other ones.